Heisei Godzilla has the most atomic blasts, 4 to 9. Heisei is one of the tallest. Heisei wrecked Ghidorah only using normal atomic breath and melee, and he easily blasted his head and wing off and wrecked Mecha Ghidorah, while Monster vs. Godzilla took the whole movie and got human hell. Nearly died and had to be thermonuclear just to beat King Ghidorah. Thermonuclear Godzilla has pulses but no atomic breath, while Heisei Burning Godzilla has an extremely strong spiral atomic breath that gets stronger with every use. Heisei is hotter and has the power to destroy the whole planet, and almost did in the movie. Heisei can absorb power and use it back on his opponent. Monster vs. Godzilla can't. Thermonuclear Godzilla has burning pulses. Burning Godzilla has nuclear pulses stronger than every nuke combined according to the movie, which will also destroy the planet, and it circled around the Earth a multitude of times and he used it to fade destroy while it took minutes for Thermo Godzilla to defeat Ghidorah, and Ghidorah is done for if he fought Destroya. Heisei can do nuclear pulses even when he isn't burning, and he has 4 different atomic beams and 9 variations. Heisei defeated Super Mechagodzilla, which is the strongest,
but the new one is stronger and bigger.
Bigger than Super Mechagodzilla by a whopping 1 meter. And no, he is not stronger than Super Mechagodzilla. Monster vs. Mechagodzilla moves around like a slinky and has terrible durability and 1 power. He didn't last 2 minutes. Super Mechagodzilla also has a plasma cannon which no mecha has except him.
But Monster vs. Godzilla is bigger.
Yeah, barely bigger. Monster vs. Godzilla is 120 meters while Heisei is 100, and Heisei killed Destroya and Super Mechagodzilla, which are also 120 meters, and killed 150 meter Heisei Ghidorah. Heisei beat Space Godzilla. If Monster vs. fought Space Godzilla, he would get obliterated. It would be his last movie. Heisei obliterated an island. He leveled it out completely like he carpet bombed it. He flattened the island. Monsterverse did not. Heisei has been to space. Monsterverse did not. Godzilla is a walking atomic/hydrogen bomb. Monsterverse cannot beat Heisei.
But MV blasted a hole to the Earth's core.
That is nothing. Heisei once again leveled an entire island, and he did it with ease. Also, Heisei lived down in the Earth's core for 5 years and came up without a scratch. He got bigger and stronger down there. Plus, almost every Godzilla can atomic blast to the Earth's core. Also, keep in mind that destroying an island is like destroying a state or a few. That's millions to billions of people gone in a matter of minutes. Heisei is a tank. Heisei's skin is impenetrable like graphene. He is extremely hard, tough and rough. He breaks skyscrapers with the slightest touch. His regeneration healing factor is extremely advanced and efficient quick. He is ultimately indestructible. Also being resistant to mind control. Heisei Godzilla's durability and regenerative abilities are also a much larger plot point in the Heisei series. Heisei Godzilla killed Biollante, who is stated to be immortal and incapable of dying. Heisei's regenerative abilities increase when he consumes or absorbs a large amount of radiation. In Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, the radiation dose absorbed from a nuclear submarine allowed Heisei Godzilla to purge the ANEB from his body. In Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2, after Fire Rodan imparted his energy into Heisei, Heisei Gojira was able to rapidly reform his second brain, which had previously been destroyed by Super Mechagodzilla. In Godzilla vs. Destroya, Burning Godzilla had absorbed enough radiation from the Boss Island explosion that his power and regeneration were enhanced. Shown when Destroya Energy Horn Katana attack left only external injuries despite slicing straight through his body. Heisei remained completely submerged in the Earth's core for 5 years before emerging completely unharmed in Godzilla vs. Biollante. In Godzilla vs. Mothra, Heisei Godzilla fell into a volcanic fault and swam through miles of the mantle's molten 1,500 degrees Celsius magma before emerging from the crater of Mount Fuji, again completely unharmed. He also takes being frozen solid in Godzilla vs. Destroyer like a Chan. Heisei lifted King Ghidorah by his tails in Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah LOL. Heisei Godzilla possesses formidable physical strength. Heisei Godzilla usually battles his opponents from a distance using his atomic breath rather than up close, but when he fights his opponents up close he still showed vicious strength, like when he lifted King Ghidorah by his tails and slammed him onto the ground repeatedly, and when he strangled Rodin up close when the latter attempted to attack Godzilla while he was on the ground, and Heisei stomped the flight off of Rodin. Godzilla was also able to effortlessly lift Mechagodzilla by the head and throw him, despite his incredible mass. Heisei is unnecessarily overpowered and is ultimately indestructible. Godzilla wrecked every Avenger in a comic, and Hulk gets stronger every time he gets angrier, which means he can build up a ton of strength, and Heisei Godzilla would wreck Marvel Godzilla. Marvel Godzilla literally breathes fire and can barely even touch Heisei. Heisei also got locked in the ocean with Mothra's magical powers, ensuring that no creature, nothing could break out of. Heisei Godzilla broke out of that, implying he has beyond supernatural strength. Heisei tanked the meteor. He swam across the world from the Pacific Ocean to Mount Fuji through the Earth's mantle just to finish a fight with Mothra. Surprising enough that he even got that deep in a matter of minutes. All the way through the Earth's crust to the mantle. He survived a black hole and a supernova and white hole. It took Batra and Mothra just to stop Heisei, and Batra alone wiped out a meteor that could have destroyed the whole world. Heisei lifted Daikakau Island, which is 8 million tons or more, lifted Super Mechagodzilla and tossed him with no effort, and he's 150k tons. Slammed Batra to the ocean floor so hard it split the whole planet deep to the outer core. 298, 600, 000, 000, 000, 000 tons. Heisei lived in the Earth's core for 5 literal years, not even caring about the extreme pressure of tectonic plates. Heisei in comics lifted Biollante with his bare arms and tossed her miles while she's 200k tons. He tanked black holes, white holes and supernovas, which is 250 sextillion megatons, tanked his own beam back at him 10,000 times stronger, 500,000 x 10,000 equals 5 billion degrees. Tanked beams from Space Godzilla, who's stated to have infinite energy, which is high universal. Also having the energy of black holes and dying stars. Tanked attacks from Batra and Mothra, who can destroy a planet. And Batra destroyed a world-ending meteor. Heisei's atomic energy can build up energy about 2.860342228 joules. Monsterverse Godzilla was severely injured by Mechagodzilla's proton cannon, which is not even close to 500 million degrees Celsius, 900 million and 32 degrees Fahrenheit, and Heisei took that. Also Heisei, unlike other Godzillas, downright claps King Ghidorah and Mecha King Ghidorah. Also Heisei was so powerful, again it took both Batra and Mothra to stop him. Batra is planetary level, and since Mothra was equal to Batra, it also makes Mothra planetary level, and since it took both Mothra and Batra to even challenge Heisei, that makes Heisei easily planetary level. And Heisei Godzilla is also terribly strong. He threw around a 150,000-ton Super Mechagodzilla around like a ragdoll. Super Mechagodzilla's armor is nearly invincible, able to take a super-powered Heisei Godzilla's spiral breath, which reached a temperature of 1.2 million degrees Celsius, repeatedly before finally going out of commission and blowing up to pieces. On top of burning Godzilla, Heisei Godzilla can absorb enough radiation to turn into his larger supercharged form. Heisei Godzilla is biologically immortal. He also killed a kaiju who destroyed universes for fun, and he killed him with ease, and that kaiju is King Ghidorah. Heisei also absorbed the energy of a star, which makes him star level. Space Godzilla is made up of trillions of black holes and supernovas. So Heisei is easily star level. And as Burning Godzilla, he's easily solar system level. Now in speed, Heisei solos. When Space Godzilla was coming to Earth, he was between Mars and Jupiter and then quickly traveled to Earth, meaning he traveled roughly 328 million kilometers. And after 5 minutes passed, Mojer encountered Space Godzilla. So if Space Godzilla traveled a distance of 328 million kilometers in 5 minutes, that would make him 3.7 times faster than the speed of light. Heisei was not only able to react to Space Godzilla, but he was also able to dodge his crystals, which reached Earth in seconds, and since the crystals are faster than Space Godzilla himself, it would make Heisei dozens of times faster than the speed of light due to speed scaling levels, meaning Heisei Godzilla's speed level is ranked at FTL+. In terms of fighting, Heisei makes it extremely difficult for the other to win, due to him being so freaking indestructible and him being biologically immortal. The stuff Heisei endured proves that many characters you can throw at him would fail to defeat him. He just doesn't quit. He regenerates too fast, literally in a matter of seconds or minutes, and while he's burning Godzilla he instantly heals. He was sliced in half by Destroya's horn katana and he healed instantly, only having a shallow scar on his skin, healing from that in a few seconds. He uses his atomic breath from a distance most of the time he's in combat, so it would be hard for the other to get to him, and the longer the atomic breath is hitting the target, the faster they vaporize, which is usually in a matter of seconds. And when he does fight up close, he just wrecks his opponent, using a ton of power and energy, shaking the place. The radiation exposure from being near him would kill the opponent anyway. His skin and body is so hard, it's literally impenetrable and would break anything that hits it with force. He's literally a walking projector. Whatever power you throw at him, he can absorb and or project it back to the target like he did to Super Mechagodzilla. Also, a lot of powers you do to him can just power him until he's supercharged, and if the enemy is really trying, they can heat him up enough to the point he's burning and they couldn't do a thing to him even if they wanted. Heisei also dodged and countered attacks over the speed of light and was able to react to and counter attacks from Robin, who literally flies at Mach 3. That's 2,301.81 miles per hour, which is 3 times the speed of sound. Heisei gets stronger every film. He also seems to get stronger with the more damage he endures, like when he was stuck in the core for 5 years and came out bigger and stronger, increasing every movie. He comes back stronger every time, which basically means every year, because most Heisei Godzilla movies were released back to back. He just gets bigger and stronger the longer he lives. And he has a lot of strength and size increasing to do. Heisei Godzilla is literally an illogical living thing. Not even the movie characters understood how he did the things that he did. Toho nerfed him. Unlike MonsterVerse Godzilla, Heisei walks through barrages of bullets and missiles without even noticing. He swats planes, jets and helicopters like flies, but with no effort. Godzilla is literally described as an unstoppable force. The pulses wouldn't even allow the opponent to get to him. Neither would the spiral beam. If they somehow got him to explode, the opponent would just die along with the world. Literally nothing could survive that. No way possible. Not to mention that he can emit his power and energy out in a burst, going around the whole Earth and instantly vaporizing everything that's there, turning everything to nothing like he has god powers. Literally turning the Earth red. And if he did a full meltdown, he would do much worse. Toho stated that Heisei's atomic beams can rival the sun bolts of Utsuno Ikusagami, the space war god, which can easily destroy planets. Heisei's power scaling level is scaled at Tier 4, Stellar, 4B, Solar System level because of all the stuff he can do, the stuff he impossibly endured, and his ability to destroy planets with ease while he's burning Godzilla, in the way he's also able to annihilate planets and large celestial objects while he isn't burning or supercharged, and how he tanked black holes, supernovas, white holes, lived in the center of the Earth, the core, for 5 years and swam through the mantle to finish the fight, and he did all that with no scratch. No harm done. And his solar system level tier is agreed on by many. Heisei is an absolute unit. Heisei solos.